No, this is not a countdown to New Year's or someone's birthday, but rather the countdown to the end of Socials 9. Over the course of these 5 months, I had no idea of the things that we'd be doing. I thought it was going to be like every other year with tests and homework assignments, and yeah. I sort of had one goal for this year, and that was just to get a good grade because with socials and all, I wasn't really interested into it. I was more interested into math and stuff. But when we kicked off this year with our blog, I sort of saw that I'm really into socials. Apparently, when you're having fun, time flies by fast, and before you know it, we've reached the end of the semester. So, welcome to Sid's Social Final. Wow! So, using the big ideas from the BC curriculum, I've compiled a list of things we've learned this year. Starting with this idea, I'm going to include things about Donald Trump, Oliver Cromwell, and the French Revolution. Oliver Cromwell sort of spread democracy all over England. And in the French Revolution, the emerging idea was equal rights, where there was an imbalance of power, and the French sort of changed it to remove monarchy. Now the French Revolution incorporates equal rights, but Donald Trump is sort of on the opposite end of the spectrum. His plans include making a wall across the Mexican border, which blocks out immigrants, more guns, and obviously his plan with the economy we don't know yet. Many people sort of follow Trump. They're like, yeah, go Trump. But for the first time in American history, we've seen protests against the president and sort of the whole election. As you can see, we have this whole riot happening on the streets of Chicago. So why are people angry towards Donald Trump? Is it his treatment of women? He has no experience in politics, or how he's very racist. Maybe it's just his overall personality, but the 2016 election sure has changed America in many different ways. From the riots to the debates to the memes and everything that's popped up on Twitter, Donald Trump's ideology sure has changed America. My next big idea is collective identity, and I'm going to be talking about Columbus, Hamilton and the American Revolution, and the Republican Party. Columbus, his sort of effect and influence on the natives caused many conflicts all across North America. This in turn caused the natives to create an identity for any foreigner that came to sort of North America at the time. Like any sort of explorer that came, so there was conflict always involved. Eventually, they were able to work cohesively and so skip about 300 years later, and then we got the American Revolution. They started off with 13 colonies under the British rule, but as they progressed, they became freedom fighters and founded their own country based on democracy. Next is Republican Party and Donald Trump, obviously. Abraham Lincoln was also a Republican, surprisingly, but his beliefs were much different than Donald Trump's beliefs. He was opposing slavery and allowing in immigrants, while Donald Trump is not allowing immigrants. If you compare Trump to Lincoln, you'll see that while they're from the same party, they don't have a lot in common. So this is evidence that identity changes over time. So for my last sort of example, I'm not going to be using a big idea and giving 3 examples. I'll be giving an example with 3 big ideas. And my example will be my eminent person, Jesse Owens, and his time period, the 1930s. These are the 3 big ideas I'll be using. So back then, racial equality was a developing idea, and Jesse Owens sort of got the ball rolling towards anti-racial movements and beliefs. He won 4 medals at the Olympics, but it would still be a long time until African Americans got the awareness that they needed. This example incorporates emerging ideas, collective identity, and disparities in power. So to end it off, I'm going to be talking about 3 things I did well and 3 things I could have done better. 3 things I did well was I found a lot of evidence. I worked a lot on continuity and change, how things changed over time, and ethical judgment. 3 things I didn't do as well. I know a lot of people were using a birthday cake for their wishes, but yeah, I used a genie thing because that also grants wishes. So, significance, cause and consequence, and perspective weren't my strongest points. So, what comes next? Well, I guess I'll just be focusing on fixing my bad things, and I'll already have some ideas for my next year's eminent project. I can't wait to explore the things next year in socials. After all, socials has provided a new learning experience for me that I've never thought of before. And I'll just sort of, just overall, just have a blast, you know. But that's the end of this year's social and the start of a new semester, I guess. Just want to say thank you to everyone, and especially thanks to Mr. Jackson for such a great year. And I'll see you guys soon.